Bonjour. Third lesson. Leçon numéro 3. Now, have you been practicing? Tell the truth. If you have been practicing, good for you. If you have not practiced enough, try some more. Let's do a review of number 1 and number 2 tapes. I would like, je voudrais. I would not like, je ne voudrais pas. You want, vous voulez. You do not want, vous ne voulez pas. Do you want? Voulez-vous? I am, je suis. I am not, je ne suis pas. I must, je dois. I mustn't, je ne dois pas. It is, that is, c'est. It is not, that is not. Ce n'est pas. You must. Vous devez. You mustn't. Vous ne devez pas. I need. Remember in French is I have need of. J'ai besoin de. I don't need. Je n'ai pas besoin de. You can. Vous pouvez. You cannot. Vous ne pouvez pas. Can you? May you? Are you able to? Is pouvez-vous? With is avec. You is vous. Me is moi. For or in order to is pour. Of or from is de. Yes is oui. No is non. By the way, the on sound is the only nasal sound in the French. The rest is guttural. Non, bon, ton, son, etc. Hello, good morning, bonjour. By the way, in French, you say bonjour all day long. In the afternoon, in the evening, when you go to someone. Goodbye is au revoir. Au revoir. See you soon or talk to you soon. À bientôt. But is mais. I have, j'ai. I don't have, je n'ai pas. You have, vous avez. You don't have, vous n'avez pas. Have you? Avez-vous? Now I will say a list of words in French. And I want you to say in English what they mean. You first repeat them in French as I say them, and then you translate them. I'll leave you the space for that. La question. La sélection. La population. La dévotion. La corruption. La définition. La distribution. La destruction. La compétition. La restriction. La préparation. La population. La séparation. La construction. La nation. La libération. La dépression. La réception. La vocation. La communication. La permission. La révolution. La permission, of course, means the permission. La révolution means the revolution. The word for on, like on the table, is sur. On the table would be sur la table. But you could also use it as, for example, I would like to count on you. The word for to count is compter. Compter. So I would like to count on you would come off as je voudrais compter sur vous. The word for one or a, one television, a television, is the same word in French. It's un. So if you wanted to say the president, you would say le président. And if you wanted to say a president, you would also say un président. Some words to review. Remember, you say them in French after I do, and then translate them. Artistique, modeste, ordinaire, brutal, stupide, nécessaire, remarquable, to new one, sober, sobre, sobre, simple, simple, simple. So if you wanted to say it simple, you would say c'est simple. You should feel very secure having already this enormous bag of words with which to express yourself. I hope that you have formulated in your spare time many questions and many answers with the vocabulary provided to you, and that you have experimented with the cards provided to you too. Now, here are some new words. They are the same in French and in English. The government, le gouvernement. The president, le président. The vice president, le vice-président. Le démocrate, the Democrat. I'll reverse them now and see if you can pick them out. Le républicain, the Republican. Le sénateur, the senator. Le juge, the judge. Le général, the general. Le colonel, the colonel. Le capitaine, the captain. Le lieutenant, the lieutenant. Le sergent, the sergeant. The passport, le passeport. Now, using the little word which means a or one, I'll say it in English and you say it in French. I'll start you, however. A government, or one government, would be un gouvernement. A president, un président. A vice president, un vice-président. A Democrat, un démocrate. A Republican, un républicain. A senator, un sénateur. A judge, un juge. A general, un général. A colonel, un colonel. A captain, un capitaine. A lieutenant, un lieutenant. A sergeant, un sergent. A passport, un passeport. Now, the expression for how are you, how do you do? Some of you probably know it already, but let me clarify the whole thing. How do you do in French is comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? It's actually three words that you almost link together. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? To which you would answer, if you wanted to say well, you would say bien. Bien. If you wanted to answer poorly, you would say mal. Mal. And if you wanted to say so-so, you would say comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. So, how do you do? Comment allez-vous? Well, bien. Poorly, mal. So-so, comme ci, comme ça. I am tired. Really, in French, we use the word fatigued. I'm fatigued. Je suis fatigué. Je suis fatigué. I am ill or I am sick. Je suis malade. Je suis malade. Now, I am hungry. I am thirsty. I am hot. I am cold. For whatever reason in French, we don't say I am. We say I have hunger. I have thirst. I have warmth. I have cold. I know, it may be confusing. Just learn it as is. I am hungry is j'ai faim. It's almost like famished, really. J'ai faim. You say it. I'm thirsty. J'ai soif. J'ai soif. I'm hot. J'ai chaud. J'ai chaud. I am cold. J'ai froid. Like cold, frigid. Froid. J'ai froid. So, I'm hungry. J'ai faim. I'm thirsty. J'ai soif. I'm hot. J'ai chaud. I am cold. J'ai froid. Now let's learn the words that allow you to ask questions. Words like how, when, where, who, how much, how many, what, etc. The word for how you already know, because you used it when you say, how are you? So it's comment. How is comment? How do you sing? Comment chantez-vous? How do you pay? Comment payez-vous? The word for why is pourquoi. Pourquoi? Why do you telephone? Why do you call? Pourquoi téléphonez-vous? Why do you sign? Pourquoi signez-vous? Pourquoi? Why? So now you've learned how, comment, why, pourquoi. Where? Where is a tiny word that sounds like actually the sound that an owls make. Ooh, ooh. So, where do you sign? Où signez-vous? Where do you sign the document? Où signez-vous le document? Where do you sign the passport? Où signez-vous le passeport? So now we have how, comment, why, pourquoi, where, où. How much? And that's a word that you probably will use a lot when you go to France, asking about what that merchandise and that other merchandise and etc. How much do you declare? Combien déclarez-vous? How much do you pay? Combien payez-vous? How much do you want? Combien voulez-vous? Now you have how, comment, why, pourquoi, where, où, how much, combien. By the way, if you don't remember the whole line of how much does it cost, all you have to do is point to the object and say, combien. That's all you have to do. The next word, what. Like in what do you want? What do you decide? So, it is que. Que. What do you decide? Que décidez-vous? What do you want? Que voulez-vous? What do you challenge? Que challengez-vous? Que meaning what. So we have how, comment, why, pourquoi, where, où, how much, combien, what, que. Now the word for who or whom is qui, and it's pronounced like the word for to put a key in the door, qui. Remember, it means who or whom? If I were to say to you, with whom do you dance? Avec qui dansez-vous? Whom do you marry? Qui mariez-vous? Whom do you divorce? Qui divorcez-vous? So now you have learned how, comment, why, pourquoi, where, où, how much, combien, what, que, who or whom, qui. Now you learn the word for why, pourquoi. The answer to that word is because. The French word for because is parce que. Parce que. And a lot of the French people saying it very fast will say parce que, parce que. So if somebody were to ask you, pourquoi divorcez-vous? Why do you divorce? You could say, because I'm tired. Parce que je suis fatigué. Why do you divorce? Because I'm not adored, or I'm not loved. Parce que je ne suis pas adoré. So the word for because is parce que. I would like to dine because I am hungry. Je voudrais dîner. To dine is dîner. Same word. Because I'm hungry. Parce que j'ai faim. Remember the expression? I'm famished. J'ai faim. The word to count is compter. I would like to count on you. Je voudrais compter sur vous. The word to help is aider. Therefore, help me would be aidez-moi. Do you remember the word can you? Pouvez-vous? Can you help? Pouvez-vous aider? How can you help? Comment pouvez-vous aider? Now, let's make a combination of questions. For whom do you change? Pour qui changez-vous? With whom do you sing? Avec qui chantez-vous? With whom do you dance? Avec qui dansez-vous? Whom do you examine? Qui examinez-vous? Whom do you challenge? Qui challengez-vous? Why do you contact Julie? Pourquoi contactez-vous Julie? Why do you adore Mark? Pourquoi adorez-vous Marc? Why do you hate the colonel? Pourquoi détestez-vous le colonel? Whom do you pay? Qui payez-vous? Whom do you visit? Qui visitez-vous? Now, I will say the words in French, and you will translate them. Pourquoi? Qui? Remember, it has two meanings. Combien? Comment? Que? Don't remember? Que means what? Où? Where? Because is parce que. Parce que. The last one is when. Quand. Quand. And that's in the throat. Quand. When do you speak French? Quand parlez-vous français? When can you help? Quand pouvez-vous aider? When can you call? When can you telephone? Quand pouvez-vous téléphoner? When do you sign? Quand signez-vous? When do you decide? Quand décidez-vous? When do you continue? Quand continuez-vous? When do you want to continue? Quand voulez-vous continuer? When can you continue? Quand pouvez-vous continuer? Now another group of words, same in French as they are in English. The brigade is la brigade. The bomb, pardon me, is la bombe. The branch, which can be the branch of a tree or the branch of a service, in the service, in the army, would be la branche. The boot, la botte. the brick with which you build houses, la brique. The vitamin, la vitamine. The vogue, la vogue. The vitality, la vitalité. The buckle, la boucle. The vulgarity, la vulgarité. Now we have to learn how to count because you're going to need it for prices, to tell the times, and to tell the hours of the arrival and departure, and the time to go to the movie, to the theater, and schedule in every possible way. Or as the English say, the schedule. So, let me teach you the numbers from 1 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me repeat those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll say them a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go from 6 on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me repeat those 5 from 6 on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's repeat from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now from 11 to 15. 11, 12, 12 sounds like a dozen. 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, I'll repeat from 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. From 16 to 20. 16, 17. And we do like we do in English. We said 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. So 17 will be 17, 18, 19, and 20 is 20. Actually, it's pronounced like the word wine in French. It's not spelled the same, but it's pronounced exactly the same. If you want to say the wine, you would say le vin, and if you would say 20 is 20. And if you wanted to say 20 wines, you would say 20, 20. Sorry to get you confused right now. Just laugh at it. Okay. In order to tell the times, you will only have to learn right now to count up to 30. And from 20 to 30 is pretty easy because we say 20 and 1, then 22, 23, 24, etc. So 20 being 20, 21 is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, let's learn how to say the time and how to ask for the time. In French, we say, which hour is it? Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? It is 1 o'clock is il est 1 heure. Il est 1 heure. 5 after 1 in French we say it is an hour 5, it is an hour 10, it is 3 hour 15, etc. So 5 after 1 would be il est 1 heure 5. 10 after 2. Il est 2 heures 10. 3:15. Il est 3 heures 15. Or we might say it's 3 hours and a quarter. Then it would come out as il est 3 heures 15. 4:20. Il est 4 heures 20. It's 5:25. Il est 5 heures 25. It's 6:30. Il est 6 heures 30. Or we could say 6.5. You already know the word half, because when you go to a restaurant and you ask for a demi-tasse, you are in fact asking for a half cup. Tasse meaning cup, demi meaning half. So if you wanted to say 6:30, you could also say il est 6 heures et demie. The little word et means end. A-N-D, end. I will teach you in the next tape how to tell the time after the half hour, because we do it differently in France. Instead of saying it's 6:35 or it's 7:50, we say it is the next hour minus something. By the way, the word for more or is plus, sometimes pronounced plus, and the word for less is moins. Sounds a little bit like minus. Moins, less or minus. So I'll repeat the hour. Il est 1 heure. Il est 1 heure 5. Il est 2 heures 10. Il est 3 heures 15. Or il est 3 heures 15. Il est 4 heures 20. Il est 5 heures 25. Il est 6 heures 30. Or il est 6 heures 30. Well, it is time to wrap our third lesson. Work well, practice a lot. You're loaded with words now, no excuses. Au revoir, à bientôt, bonne chance.